and girls, very excited to be back. Welcome to another Ripple Making Day. I have an incredible woman here who actually I only feel like I met yesterday after watching the Ripple Maker Spotlight yesterday. But this is the power of spontaneity, is to say, hey, listen, I haven't spoken to you yet. Let's meet. I want to share what you're up to with the entire One Drop community. So if you haven't clicked on the Kartra link at the top of this, the description with this live stream, go and do it. Make sure you book yourself on, because it's a way that I can get to know you. Otherwise, we might never meet. And it means that other people in the community will get to know you as well. So I'm really super excited to welcome on an amazing wellness coach and educator. She's making great ripples of change around the world. I'm going to let her tell you all about what she's up to. Welcome, Evelyn.
Thanks, Sammy, and thanks for the opportunity. We haven't met, as you said, but I'm Evelyn, and I am a wellness mentor and educator, and I believe we are taught how to acquire things in life and not what to do when we actually lose them. So as a health and wellness coach, I like to take a 360-degree approach to my clients' well-being. And I help professionals in particular that have had, they've experienced, if you like, a disruption in their success because of a life-changing event. So I help them to discover keys to clear, focused action steps so they can kind of feel more fulfilled and energized and get back on top of their game as quick as possible.
Amazing. Well, I mean, there's so many different types of loss and grief, isn't there? You know, I've been working with people before and everything's going really well with their business, and then their partner loses their job, or you know, so they're then experiencing the secondhand grief, like they've got the grief of the person that they're living with, but they're experiencing it as well. So it's like this double impact: losing a business, losing a client. There's all kinds of things that we lose, even losing a phone. I think, like, you know, when you go into a room and you go, yeah, where are my keys? Where's my phone? You know, like, go through this grieving process. Your nervous system is hit by it, even if you haven't lost by them. The body still feels it.
The panic button goes off. And I think, like, it's just something we're not taught how we should deal with, this moment in time when all of a sudden, you know, our life maybe comes to a standstill, or it might be what seems insignificant, losing the phone, but still in that moment in time, what's in our back pocket? What's in our little toolkit that can help us just take a breath so that we can move forward? But often I find that we're not educated in what grief actually is. So when people hear the word grief, they think, oh, you know, it's the passing of a loved one and that's it. But it's not. There's 43 different types of loss. And if you don't know how to deal with loss, it can just bring your whole life to a standstill, and it can bring your business to a standstill as well.
Yeah, I hear you. And it 43 different. Wow. Well, I wish we had time to find out what they all are today. We're going to have to get you back to Ripple Fest or something to find out. So based on that, then, if anyone is dealing with loss of any kind right now, that is going to make a massive impact on somebody's ripple of impact, isn't it? Because you're on a mission as a business owner, you know, everything's going great, and then something happens, bang. Now absolutely you're out of sync with the ripple that you were making. So what would your tip be for our ripple makers then, who might experience it or who are experiencing now?
Evidence has shown that people who are grieving or they have experienced significant change in their life, you know, they have less concentration with everything that they do in their work, in their relationships. They're just not as present as what they were used to. So it does have an impact on their life and on their well-being. So what I would say is, often a person, all they actually need is someone that is willing to listen to them, someone that's a heart that's willing to understand, rather than constantly hear advice from a person that actually hasn't been in the same position that this, you know, one of my clients might have been in. So I would say hold space for people, come from a listening perspective as opposed to an advisor's perspective, because everyone's grief and everyone's journey it's unique.
Yeah, that's very important. What I'm hearing is active listening and don't always go into response and solving mode, which, you know, for entrepreneurs, that's so painful, because
So
as an
painful.
entrepreneur, we solve problems. And so someone comes to you and they're like, you know,
Yeah.
they
But
just want to
yeah,
help them, don't you? You just want to
absolutely.
respond.
And understanding and empathy goes a long way towards productivity. And I've worked as a project manager in the past. I lectured in project management. I am a solution provider. So I had to go back to the drawing board. And yes, I've been there, done it. But yeah, definitely holding space and just being that ear, just listening to people, and just, you know, having that heart that understands, or providing, you know, well-being programs that help your employees come at their grief from a different perspective, more from maybe being educated in it or just holding space for it.
I love that. So I guess a really good challenge for each of you watching this now is to just notice how many times do you react and respond when somebody talks to you versus just hold space, just absorb, and notice if things are coming up for you and you're wanting to speak and support and serve and respond instead of holding space. So notice how often you do that. Very interesting. Well, Evelyn, how can we be helping you? You've helped us today. So what can we do in return? What are you looking for? What connections do you want? What can we keep our ears and eyes open for you?
Well, I think, you know, like you said, it's for those entrepreneurs that are, you know, they're struggling now more than ever before. Maybe they've experienced challenging times in their business that has brought about significant loss from either the loss of a business partner, loss of finances, or it's those HR managers that are in the workplace and they know, you know, employees are struggling at different points during their career, and maybe they're not progressing as much, or maybe they are progressing and they still see that their employee is just not, they don't have that peace, they don't have that contentment with where they're at. So perhaps there's more going on for them. So what's in the workplace that's supporting and assisting those employees?
Brilliant. Okay, well, how do we reach out? How do people connect with you? What's the best way?
Our website is PURISOUL, so purification of the soul, PURISOULwellbeing.com. We're just finalizing a few updates there. I'm on LinkedIn as Evelyn O'Donoghue, and Instagram, PURISOUL Wellbeing.
Perfect. All right, well, I'll make sure all of those links are also in the description with this video. And guys and girls, Evelyn is in the One Drop Movement community, so you can go up to the members tab, go find her, and you can connect that way as well. Evelyn, thank you so much for dropping in with us at One Drop today. It was great to meet you.
I know. Likewise. Thank you so much.
Well, I'll look forward to watching your journey and seeing what else comes from this connection that we have now.
Absolutely.
And guys and girls that are tuning in, remember, go click on that spotlight seat, book your butt into this place, because not only does it help, even if I know you already, let's have another connection. Let's get your message and your movement. You might have evolved some things. So even if you've had a spotlight before, don't stop that from, you've got something new you want to share, come and share it. The whole point of this community is not for you to hide yourself, it's for you to multiply, to expand yourself. In this community, you are safe to shine, and I want you to shine as brightly as you can. And if you don't feel like you can do it, then jump on here and I'll do it for you, and I'll help you shine. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Keep making those ripples that only you can make, because you were born to do what you do. And if you're receiving any messages, listen to them, follow the calling, and active listening for yourself might actually help you to hear some things that are trying to get through. So take care. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next spotlight. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.